Justice League has had an interesting journey so far. The movie was released first in 2017 as part of the DCEU, and later on Zack Snyder's version was also released, which left the door wide open for a return. After Snyder's cut gained so much success, many have been wondering if a sequel is in the works, and it might not be what you expect. Will there be a sequel? So far, Justice League 2 hasn't been confirmed, but 2022 has given us a lot of updates on the status of this potential movie. After the movie was released in 2017, many fans were requesting to see Snyder's cut of the movie since the 2017 movie was a bizarre mix of Snyder's and Joss Whedon's styles mixed in one. Whedon even changed the ending of the movie and rewrote various scenes. Although Warner Brothers didn't want to do this, the campaign to bring Snyder's cut grew bigger, and the studio eventually gave in. Snyder's cut was released in 2021. The epic movie left a massive cliffhanger, and fans speculated that eventually a sequel will be released. Zack Snyder has openly talked about the future of Justice League, and after his version of the movie was released, it appears that a sequel will be unlikely to be greenlit. However, that doesn't mean that a new Justice League movie won't happen. With James Gunn's plans to take the world of DC, there might be hope. Over the years, Snyder has said that he has no plans for more movies and that this movie would be the last one he makes for the DCEU. Even though it ends on a cliffhanger, he has no plans on moving forward, but on the other hand, the DCEU might have their version of a sequel that might hit the big screen in the future. Although Snyder might not make more movies for the DCEU, the universe is constantly expanding, and who knows, maybe they have plans of making Justice League 2. Also, Snyder could potentially be back at the DCEU making another movie, but for now, there's no official news about the future of this movie. Potential release date. With everything we already said, the release date of the sequel might be far away. Right now, Warner Brothers isn't developing Justice League 2. The studio has said that it isn't interested in continuing the story and just recently announced that it has no plans to continue the Snyderverse. However, we've seen many movies receive a sequel in the past few years, even movies we've never expected to see. So this could eventually lead to Warner Brothers changing their minds and finally giving the fans what they've been requesting for all these years.
The others, where are they?
Arthur.
Currently, the DCEU is thriving and is expected to be smashing that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, it's expected to be releasing more and more movies in the next few years. In the past, there have been plans for a sequel, however, these plans were delayed multiple times, and after Batman vs Superman premiered, these plans were cancelled. With Zack Snyder's Justice League arriving on HBO Max in 2021, plans for another movie might be possible. This may seem like a far stretch, but if Snyder were to move on with the movie and finish the story, then it could be possible as long as Warner Brothers and the DCEU allow it. His version ended on a cliffhanger, allowing every fan to speculate that a new movie is on its way. Even though Snyder has said that he doesn't see a future for Justice League, this movie has changed the way we saw this movie. It was also a massive hit for HBO Max, and they might even consider continuing the story. However, this would be a massive commitment for HBO Max financially. The chances of this movie happening are quite slim, but we're hopeful that it might happen, especially after Cavill announced that he'll be back as Superman once again. Is Henry Cavill back as Superman? Yes, Henry Cavill announced his return as Superman days after Black Adam premiered. If you've seen Black Adam, then you've seen the post-credit scene where Superman appears, and to our surprise, it was Cavill in the superhero suit. A few days after the movie premiered, Cavill went to Instagram to share a short video where he announced that he's stepping back as Superman. He expected his excitement to be back as the superhero and that we should expect great things in the future. With this announcement, many speculated that the DCEU plans on making a Man of Steel sequel, but many also believe that he'll be part of Justice League 2 and took this announcement as him hinting that a sequel is coming. Now, we don't know much about it, but given that he was a part of a post-credit scene in Black Adam, one would believe that at least a Black Adam sequel is coming, or at least a movie where we'll see Black Adam and Superman go head-to-head. This was all exciting news, as many fans were thrilled to learn that DCEU has finally brought back their favorite Superman on the big screen. After this announcement, many fans had their hopes high, even higher, for a new Justice League movie. However, all of this came crashing down only a few weeks later when Cavill shared an Instagram post revealing that he'll not be back as Superman after all. In the post, he explained that after a meeting with James Gunn, it was revealed that the DCEU has different plans for the future of Superman and the DC Universe. This news was heartbreaking to hear, especially after he just announced his return a while ago. With all of this, it's fair to say that if a Justice League 2 would happen, it won't have Cavill as Superman. Currently, the two actors that are likely to return and reprise their roles in Justice League are Jason Momoa as Aquaman and Ezra Miller as the Flash, as they're still having their standalone movies.
I'll take that as a yes.
What?
The ring.
What will happen? The entire future of Justice League 2 is hazy, but over the years we've learned that Snyder had various plans on how to end the story. It's hard to exactly speculate what could happen next when we still don't have an official confirmation about the movie, but we do know a lot about what was planned for Justice League 2. After Snyder's cut was released, the director opened up about what he expected to happen next in the Justice League universe. He said that Darkseid would have killed Lois Lane to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. But no, in all seriousness, it would be to break Superman's will, brainwashing him under the all-powerful anti-life equation, which is a tool that would let the villain enslave the galaxy. This would turn Superman into the main villain that would try to steal another mother box so the Flash can travel back in time to prevent Lois's death. The sequel would have also shown more of Nightmare, and even that would have ultimately sacrificed himself to save Lois and keep Superman on the right track, hence preventing him from becoming a villain. All of this does appear like an incredible storyline, but it might be hard to have all of this happen when there isn't a movie happening. Also, back in the days when the 2017 Justice League was being filmed, Snyder had plans to even make it into a trilogy and have Justice League 3, in which we would have seen Superman lead a combined army of Amazons, Atlanteans, men, and other heroes against Darkseid to decide the fate of the universe. Sadly, we haven't had the chance to see any of this yet, but who knows what the future holds. Justice League Reboot. Right now, if a new Justice League movie were to happen, the only possible way would be to create a reboot movie instead of a direct sequel. Most of the actors have already moved on from their roles, such as Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and even Gal Gadot. This would mean new actors would replace them, and if this movie is a direct sequel, it will likely be a huge failure. So if there's a reboot with a completely new cast, the story will continue without them, even though they're the core members of the team. Otherwise, DC would have to recast some of its leads, and it'll for sure be confusing for everyone. With the DCEU expanding, we could see a new Justice League movie, but it will likely be a reboot with brand new actors and characters. So far, we've seen many actors portray Superman, Batman, and even Joker, so it won't be news to see a brand new Justice League movie with all new actors. You'll love this video next.